Hello people. So, although we have easy-to-use graphical text editors available with Linux, most power users still use Vi, Nano, or Emacs to edit text files. Now, in addition to the fact that those text-based editors will work from any shell, they also offer other advantages. For example, your hands never have to leave the keyboard. They offer integration with useful utilities, and unlike GUI editors, text-based editors will work if no graphical interface is installed. So in this video, we'll focus on features of the Vi editor that will help you with basic and advanced text manipulation. Because many Linux systems use the Vim editor, and Vim stands for Vi Improved. Instead, they use the Vim editor instead of the older Vi editor. We will cover Vim as well. Some features in Vim that are not in Vi include multiple undo levels, syntax highlighting, and online help. If you have never used Vi or Vim before, you can run the Vim tutor command and follow the instructions to step through many of the key features of the Vi and Vim. So let's start. Of course, for starting, we're gonna need a text file, and we're gonna take one which is already on the server. Let's just take the services file and put it in a temporary folder. Now let's go there. So we have, this is the file we're gonna be using as an example. So to benefit from all of the improvement of Vim, make sure you have the Vim Athena package installed. Spells like Vim Athena. So like that. On many systems, Vi is a symbolic link to the Vim command. On Ubuntu, both commands launch Vim. And there's a few other ways that you can start Vi or Vim with. For example, you can start with Vim plus 25 services. This command is gonna start editing the file on the line 25. That's it, and here we are. As you can see, line 25. Another command, for example, is find plus the file name, and this command, what it's gonna do is it's gonna start editing on the last line of the file. You can see here at the bottom of the file, it's gonna go further down. Another command to start the Vim or Vi command is this one, right? Plus /tty and the name of the file. This command, what it's gonna do is gonna begin on the first line with this word that you have after the slash. So that's it, and here we are, line 25. The tty, it's the first line with the tty on it. So in case you have a crash edit session, you can recover it with this command. So Vim -r and the name of the file. In this case, we don't have one, so it's gonna give us an error. But yeah, that's how you recover from a crash edit session. In case you just want to take a look at the file without editing, I mean in a read-only mode, you type view and the name of the file. Here, if you try to edit something, it's gonna give you a warning. Of course, this can be override, and I will show you that later. So when you are done with your Vi session, there are several different ways to save and quit. here. So I may use one right now, but just let me explain better. So let's say that you are editing a file and you want to save the file before you are ready to quit. So in this case, you have to type :W. That's gonna write the file and keep you in the screen, so you can still take a look at it or make more changes after that. Another thing is, if you want to save the file and save the changes and quit the file, you type :WQ. This is gonna save and quit. So in case you have to quit without saving changes, services. Let's say that you made some changes that you don't want. You just have to type :Q. This is gonna quit without saving. Sorry, I was. Let's do that. So if you find that you can't write to the file you're editing, it may have been open in a read-only mode. If that's the case, you can try forcing a write by typing, for example, let's say opening in a read-only mode, services. And let's say we can go to edit here. Something we have to add, and we're going to save the changes. We cannot, because it's a read-only file. So if you want to save and quit, as it says here, you can add an exclamation mark to override. So you can WQ. That's it. Now you saved your file with whatever changes you made to it. If in case you want to save the changes to a different file, you can type the following command. So :W for write, as you see, and then a path to where you want the file saved and the name of the file. So let's say services2. And this, what it's gonna do, as you can see here, it's gonna create a file with the changes you made. So the Vi editor also enables you to line up several files at a time, so you can edit them. For example, you can type1.txt, 2.txt, 3.txt. So we have these three files, and you can open them all at the same time and then jump from one to another. To do this, you type by 1.txt, 2.txt, and 3.txt. So here you are, as you can see, in the 1.txt file. So in case you want to move to the next file, you have to type the command :M. This will jump to, for example, 2.txt, which is the next one that we open. And then you can do the same to jump to a 3.txt file. If you want to save changes before moving to the next file, you can combine the commands and, for example, type :write and jump to the next file. Press enter, and there you are. in the next one. You would probably find it easier to open multiple files by splitting your Vi screen. So when you are in Vi and you have a file open, you can split your screen multiple times, either horizontally or vertically. To do this, for example, you type colon split. This is if you want to open it horizontally. And let's look for another file which doesn't exist, but let's just do it. Tail, and here you have on the top part one file, and on the bottom you will have the other one. And to split the windows vertically, you type colon, the split, and the name of the file that you have, anyone, and here you have it. You have one side by side. So to move from one window to the other one, you can type Ctrl W. You press W twice, and you can jump, as you can see up here with the cursor, from one file to another. So text is closed. So now let's talk about how you can move around in Vim. So the first thing you need to get used to with Vim is that you cannot just start typing. Vim has multiple modes that enable you to perform a different set of tasks. You start a Vim session in normal mode, where Vim is waiting for you to type a command to get started. While you are in normal mode, you can move around the file to position where you want to be in the file. And to enter or modify text, you need to go into Insert or Replace modes. Assuming Vim is open with a file that contains several pages of text, I'm going to show you some key combinations you can type to move around the file while in normal mode. So let's just enter a file, and of course, first thing is if you want to move down one page, you just need to press the page down key, or you can also use the Ctrl F key combination. Press Ctrl F and it takes you down one page. If you want to go down only half page, you press Ctrl D combination, and it's only half page down. If you want to go to the last line on the file, then you press Shift G combination and you go to the bottom of the file. If you want to move your cursor to the top of the screen, you press Shift H and it moves your cursor to the top of the screen. Now, if you want just to move your cursor to the beginning of the next line, you press Enter, and it takes you to the beginning. There. Now, if you want to move your cursor to the beginning of the previous sentence, you need to press your opening parenthesis key, and it takes you to the beginning of the previous sentence. And of course, if you want to go to the beginning of the next sentence, you press the closing parenthesis. Now, if you want to move your cursor to the beginning of the previous paragraph, then what you need to press is the braces or curly brackets, and it takes you to the beginning of the previous paragraph. And if you want to go to the beginning of the next paragraph, then you press the closing braces or curly brackets. And there you go. If you want to move your cursor to the next word in the sentence, let's just look for so if you want to move your cursor to the beginning of the next word, then you press the W key, and it takes you to the beginning of the next word. If you want to move your cursor to the previous word, then you press V, and you go to the beginning of the previous word. Then if you want to move your cursor to the end of the next word, you can use the E key. It takes you to the end of the next word. And of course, if you press the arrow keys, they will move you in the direction you are just pressing them. Now, if you want to find a string or an occurrence, then you need to type slash and the word or string you're looking for. For example, let's just look for TCP. There we go. We find TCP, and then if you want to find the same string again on the file, you press the N key, and it will look for you that string. Now, if you want to go up one page, you press page up, of course, or you can also press Ctrl and V combination, and you go up. There you go. So if you want to move up only half page up, then you press Ctrl U. Now, if you want to move to a specific line number, like for example, we are in line 26 now, and you go to the first line, you need to press colon and 1, and it takes you to the first line on the file. If you want to go to the line 54, you colon 54, and it takes you to the line 54. Now, if you want to move your cursor to the bottom of the screen, you press Shift L. Shift L will move your cursor to the bottom of the screen. There you go. Now, if you want to move your cursor to the beginning of the previous line, then you need to press the hyphen minus. It goes to the beginning of the previous line, wherever you are. Hyphen minus. Now, if you want to go to the beginning of the line, you can also press the 0. Where you are, 0, and it goes to the beginning of the line. And if you want to move your cursor to the end of the next word, you can also press Shift E. And goes from one word to another. Now, if you want to find a previous occurrence or string, then you need to take the question mark and the string you're looking for. So in this case, UDP, and here we are. It finds the previous occurrence of the string. And if you want to find the same string again backwards, then you press Shift M. Shift M. And that will do it. Okay, so now let's talk about changing and deleting text. To begin changing or adding text with this editor, you can enter insert or replace modes. When you enter these modes, the characters you type will appear in the text document instead of being interpreted as commands. Then you can just go and press the escape key to exit back to the normal mode after you're done inserting or replacing the text. So just open text. So if you're gonna start typing and you want the text to appear before the current character, let's say I want the text to appear before this A, here, then you have to press the I key. You press the I key, you're already in insert mode, as you can see down here. So you press the I key and you start typing whatever you want. Then you press escape and you're back in normal mode. If what you want is the text to appear after the current character instead of before, then you have to press the A key. So if I want the text to appear after this T, I press A. You can see it moved, and we are in insert mode, and I can start typing. Now, if what you want to do is to open a new line below the current line to begin typing, then you have to press O. And there you go. You have a new line to start typing wherever you want. Now, if you want to erase a current character and replace it with new text, let's say I want to delete this A and replace it with new text, you can press the S key. It will delete it and you're ready to type whatever you want there. Now, if what you want to do is to change a current letter, a word, or the end of a line or a complete line, then this requires a combination. So for example, let's say we are here. So you have to press the C. I just press the C. Now it depends on what you want to do. If what you want to do is to change this T for another letter, then you press the L key and it will delete that letter and you replace it for wherever you want there. Now, if what you want to do is to replace the entire word, then you press the C key and then the W, and you're gonna see that this word here is gonna disappear. Sorry, I just typed it, and that's why it didn't work. So, as I was saying, if what you want to do is to replace the entire word, for example, half. I want to replace this word. You type C, then the W, and it will delete that word, and you're ready to insert another word. Now, if what you want to do is to delete the end of the line, for example, you want to delete starting from here, you press C and then the $sign, and it will delete it. You can see there. Now, about replacing, if what you want to do is to replace the current character with the next one you're gonna type, then you need to type the R key. For example, we're gonna replace this B. You press the R and then the letter you want to type there. Now, if you want the typed text to appear at the beginning of the current line, then you have to press Shift I, and there you are at the beginning of the line and ready to insert new text. Now, if what you want is that the text to appear at the end of the current line, then you have to press Shift A. You're ready to type. Now, if you want to open a new line above the current line, let's go back to normal mode. So you want to open a new line above the current line, then you press Shift O, and you have a new line open to type your text. If what you want to do is to erase the current line and enter new text, then you need to press Shift S. Let's go back, normal mode, Shift S, deletes the line, and you can replace it for a new one. Now, if you want to erase from cursor to the end of the line and enter new text, for example, let's say I want to delete starting from here, then you press Shift Z, Shift C, and you can replace whatever you want from there. Now, if what you want to do is to override as you type, starting from one character, the one you want to replace, starting from here, you press Shift R. As you can see, we are in replace mode, and it's going to replace as we type. So I want to replace request for Hardy and space. There you are. Now, if what you want is to delete text under the cursor, for example, this I here, you just need to press the, or this, just need to press the X key. Press X, and it deletes wherever it has under the cursor. Now, if what you want is to copy a current letter, or you want to copy a word or end of the line, what you have to do is to press. It's gonna be something like the C command we had before. So you press the Y key, and if you want to copy the letter, you just press the L. If you want to copy the word, then you press the W, or if you want to copy the end of the line, you press the $sign. Let's just say that I just want to take this letter and I just copy it. So for example, if I want to paste it now, I just have to press the P. So I press P and it pastes wherever I copied before. If instead of copying, what you want to do is to cut it, then you need to use the D. So let's go here, and you press D, and of course, as I said before, if you want the letter, you press L, the word W, the line $sign. So let's say I want to cut the end of the line, and if I want to paste it again, just press P there. Now, if you want to delete text to the left of the cursor, then you press Shift X, and it deletes text to the left. If what you want to do is to cut from the cursor to the end of the line, then you press Shift D. And if what you want to do is to junk the current line, you press Shift Y. Shift Y. What you want to do is to paste what you cut it or junk it before. Then you press Shift P. You can see, for example, Shift P. So now let's just take a look at some miscellaneous commands. And for example, if you want to undo the changes you did, you just press the U. You press U and it undo everything you just did. Now the other thing is, if you press the point key, it's gonna repeat the last previous command. So my last command was paste. If you press point, it's gonna repeat it. Now, if you want to join the current line with the next one, you press Shift J, and it's gonna join the previous with the next line. And of course, if you to just want to, in case you missed it before, if you want just to go back to normal mode, you press the escape. Now, nearly every command described so far can be modified with a number. I mean, instead of deleting a word or replacing a letter or changing a line, you can delete 6 words, replace 20 letters, and change 10 lines if you want. And so let me just show you a few commands. For example, if you want to erase the next 7 words and replace them with text, you're gonna write, let's go here, you want to delete the next 7 words and replace them with the text. Just gonna write. So you're gonna replace 7 words. You press the 7, C, and W, and there you have it. And then you can replace those words. Now, if what you want to do is to cut the next 5 lines, including the one you're standing on, you need to press, 5 lines, you press 5, and then Shift D, and there, you deleted 5 lines. Now, if what you want to do is to paste the previously deleted text 3 times after the cursor, so 3 times after the cursor, you press the 3 and P, and there you go, 3 times after the cursor. If what you want to do is to cut the 9 words before the current cursor, 9 words before the current cursor, so you press 9 D V, and there it is. If what you want to do is to move the cursor down 10 lines, you press 10 and J, and it's down by 10 now. Now, if what you want to do is to copy text from the cursor to the end of the next 2 sentences, then you need to press the Y, 2, and then the ending parenthesis. And if what you want to do is to move forward 5 pages, then you press 5, Control F. Okay, in this case we don't have 5 pages. Let me check if I will. Yeah, sorry, we don't have 5 pages. You cannot do it, so, but you know. And if what you want to do is to join the next 6 lines, you want to join the next 6 lines, you press 6, Shift J, and there they are. Now, the Vi editor was originally built on an editor called EX, and you can use some of these X commands with Vi. So to do this, we have to start like with typing a colon, you know, I show you before. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just gonna put a list of X commands that you can use, and then you can play with them as much as you want, and you can check, because it's a long list and I'm not sure you really want to go through all of them. So here's the list of the X commands. So you can pause and read it anyway. I'm gonna try to put it on the description. Now, to end this video, we're gonna talk about the visual mode. Debian editor provides a more intuitive means of selecting text called visual mode. And to begin using this mode, just go to File. So to begin with this mode, you move your cursor to the line or the character that you want to select and press V or capital V. So I'm just going to press V right now, and then you can use your arrow keys to select text. Now the difference between V and capital V is that V selects character by character and capital V selects line by line. So for example, this is V. If I just go out of it and I select capital V, sorry, it didn't select capital V. Let me just do it again. Capital V. Let's say here, visual line. So you select line by line, and here you can use, as I said, the arrow keys. You can use page down, page up, end, and so on to move the cursor to the end of the text you want to select. As the page and cursor move, you will see text being highlighted. When all the text you want to select is highlighted, you can press keys to add on that text. For example, D deletes the text, C lets you change the selected text, typing down W / tmp / test2.txt. Suppose save the selected text, to a file, and so on. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it helped.